When I became a atheist, I rejected all religion. And I realized that being an atheist, that man created hell and after death beliefs. And it's so true. Like, why does every culture have a difference of opinion when it comes down to after death? I mean, the Egyptians had their own beliefs. The Romans had their beliefs. The Vikings had their beliefs. Americans have their beliefs. And I mean, that's very diverse. But everyone makes up myths, stories, and religions because back then they had no clue what happened after death. They didn't even know that your hair stops growing or that your heart stops. They didn't know why people died. Back then, people actually believed that certain people were God, like the pharaohs and the Caesars and the kings of certain places like Persia and Babylon. They actually thought they were the son of the chief god. People didn't know how life actually worked. And we realized that man created how we view the afterlife. Men created the myths, the expectation, heaven, hell, purgatory. It's all man-made. It doesn't exist. It's all about controlling people. People actually lost their lives because they were the wife or the servant of someone who had died. I mean, I think, was it the Vikings that would kill people to put in the grave of an important Viking corpse? I know the Egyptians are rumored to have done that. There's nothing sacred about dying. It's just a natural part of life. For every death, we get 1.5 births, technically. And death is just a normal part of life. It's not a pleasant part. It's something people might celebrate, especially if you're the kind of person that celebrates people's lives at their funerals. But death is a natural part of life. We shouldn't be afraid of it. And I'm not going to live my life in a certain way, believing in a God, to escape hell. There's no evidence hell exists. There's no evidence aliens exist. Now, we have not gone to every planet, solar system out there. So, I mean, if you haven't been everywhere and seen everything, you can't 100% say there is no aliens. The aliens don't exist in the places we've gone. And I don't want to believe in a system to escape an imaginary place. Yeah, hell can be a terrifying thing. But that was created by men to control people's behavior. Religion has always been about politics. Politics has always been about religion. They work together to terrify people in different ways. And being an atheist, I reject that notion. I reject and know that man created heaven, hell, and the afterlife. There's nothing after death. There's no ghosts. There's no pharaohs after death. There's no hauntings. You're just dead. That's why you have to live every moment as if this is the last day of your life, because you're not guaranteed 80 years of life. And that's why I love atheism. I don't have to live a lie and waste the only life I have trying to escape a fantasy. Imagine living your life trying to escape from an imaginary place like Wonderland or Neverland. And I'm not wasting the only life I have to escape an imaginary place man created to control people's natural activities and behavior. It's stupid. And religious people, it's as though they're sleeping. They've never woken up and said, this sounds like mythology. And luckily, some people do wake up. They do wake up and realize, this is utter BS. And I think the less religion you have in your life, the more moral person you should be. Because you don't have any reason to be a good person, but you still choose to be good. And good people don't need a God to tell somebody or to exist to make them a better person out of fear. They just don't need that. And I'm glad people walk away from religion and realize that they've wasted half their life on something that's made up. It's like worshiping Santa Claus and fixing your behavior so Santa Claus comes, but he never comes because he's not real. It's stupid. That doesn't mean you can't celebrate Santa Claus and have fun. You just shouldn't live your life to impress and placate an imaginary person.